Breaking news tonight, the shocking ambush here in the nation's capital. 2 members of the National Guard shot, forcing a lockdown at the White House and a ground stop at Reagan National Airport. The terrifying scenes in downtown D.C. Videos showing the moment police took down a suspect. Look at this, witnesses running for cover. The president promising to punish the shooter as the Pentagon asks to send more troops into the city. Officials now investigating it as terrorism. The shooter, we're told, an Afghan national. The holiday snowstorm slamming the Midwest, whiteout conditions and icy highways, tractor trailers jackknifing, hundreds of crashes, plus a small plane flipping on takeoff in Michigan there, where the storm is heading next. A deadly and colossal fire in Hong Kong, flames ripping through high-rise towers with people trapped inside. New police video showing the moments just before the shocking death of a Dallas Cowboys player, the high-speed highway chase, and why did officers handcuff his pregnant girlfriend? Holiday message, our reporter with Pope Leo, what the first American pope told her about why Thanksgiving is so important. A high-end wine heist straight out of a movie. Thieves snatching bottles worth tens of thousands of dollars and setting off a high-speed chase. And the moment this Porsche in pursuit hit another car. The rescue caught on camera, a sheriff's captain diving into a flood to save 2 women. And the giant balloons now inflated for tomorrow's big Thanksgiving parade. But it's the miniature versions making all of us smile tonight. Nightly News starts right now.
This is NBC Nightly News with Tom Yamas.
Good evening. I'm Hallie Jackson in for Tom tonight, and we're coming on the air with the shock and horror here in the heart of the nation's capital, just 2 blocks from the White House, where a suspect opened fire on National Guard troops near a busy metro station just a day before Thanksgiving. This video here shows how it unfolded as police and Guard members took down the suspect while medics fought to save somebody on the ground. You see it. And watch this. First responders rushing a gurney to a chopper. This life or death moment captured in the middle of this attack. Officials now calling the shooting an ambush. Both victims, a man and a woman, in critical condition tonight. And the president from Mar-a-Lago pledging the shooter will pay a steep price as the Pentagon orders more National Guard troops into the city. We begin with Tom Costello on the scene. And Tom, we are just getting new reporting late tonight about the suspect. What can you tell us?
Yeah, Hallie, good evening. So 2 senior law enforcement sources tell NBC News that the FBI is now looking at the very distinct possibility this was an act of terrorism. The suspect, an Afghan national. This was a targeted attack, a horrific attack, with the aftermath caught on camera. Terror in the heart of Washington, D.C., just 2 blocks from the White House.
This is a targeted shooting. One individual who appeared to target these guardsmen.
Video captured the moments police and National Guard troops subdued a suspect while a few feet away performing CPR on someone who's down.
The suspect came around the corner. He immediately started firing a firearm at the 2 National Guard members. 2
National Guard troops shot. NBC Washington reports one is a male guardsman, the other a female, both from West Virginia in critical condition. 4 senior U.S. law enforcement officials briefed on the investigation tell NBC News the suspect they've identified is 29-year-old Rahmanullah Lakanawal.
There were other National Guard members that were in the area. They heard the gunfire. They actually were able to intervene and to kind of hold down the suspect after he had been shot on the ground until law enforcement got there within moments.
West Virginia's governor posting, "Our prayers are with the brave service members, their families, and the entire Guard community." NBC's Andrea Mitchell was nearby.
I was about half a block away, heard sirens. People were running in the opposite direction. I came over, talked to a woman. She said she was in an Uber, heard 2 loud booms. She did not see the alleged shooter or the incident itself, but all of a sudden, police, Secret Service started congregating right at this corner.
I definitely heard 2 boom booms. I saw the children running. I saw the adults running.
President Trump not in the White House, but in Mar-a-Lago for Thanksgiving, writing on Truth Social. The animal that shot the 2 National Guardsmen, with both being critically wounded and now in separate hospitals, is also severely wounded, but regardless, will pay a very steep price. God bless our great National Guard and all of our military and law enforcement. It was last May when President Trump ordered National Guard troops into D.C. to assist police in bringing down violent crime. Yesterday, he credited the troops with helping to do just that.
And you can walk down any street in Washington and you're going to be just fine. And I want to thank the National Guard.
Today's deadly incident follows a series of attacks against federal law enforcement. In July, 10 suspects in tactical gear attacked an ICE facility, wounding a local police officer in Alvarado, Texas. Days later, a suspect opened fire on Border Patrol agents in McAllen, Texas. The suspect killed. And in September, a sniper on a roof in Dallas opened fire on a van at an ICE facility. The suspect had inscribed anti-ICE on his ammunition. 2 undocumented immigrants killed.
Tom is with us live again from that very active scene. Tom, have we learned anything else about what prompted this attack?
Yeah, that's a high priority for both D.C. police and the FBI, who are coordinating on this investigation. But they are moving more assets in as we speak into this park in the heart of D.C. They will likely be here all through the night. Hallie.
Tom Costello live for us there in the nation's capital. Thank you. Let's bring on our Pentagon reporter, Courtney Kuby. And Courtney, it sounds like the Trump administration is going to be sending more National Guard troops into Washington.
Yeah, that's right, Hallie. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth says that President Trump has already asked him for an additional 500 National Guard soldiers to deploy to the Capitol. Now, they'll join the more than 2,200 who are already posted there. Most of them are not from D.C. But as for today's attack, we know that the National Guard soldiers were on a safety patrol when it appears they were targeted. They were armed at the time, but we don't know if they had received any specialized training to respond to an attack like this. Meanwhile, the West Virginia National Guard troops here in D.C. tonight volunteered to stay serving in this nation's capital after their mission was extended until December 31st. Hallie?
Courtney, much more to follow on your beat tonight. Thank you. Turning now to that holiday travel rush, with millions on the move to our Thanksgiving destinations. But in the Midwest, a snowstorm's derailing travel plans. Here's Liz Kreutz.
Tonight, Thanksgiving travelers coming face to face with Mother Nature. In the upper Midwest, blowing and blinding snow. This truck skidding off the road in North Dakota. Across the region, jackknife semis and hundreds of accidents. Massive waves in Lake Michigan pounding a local lighthouse. In Southwest Michigan, a small plane flipped during takeoff. 2 people suffered minor injuries. The weather delaying both arriving and departing flights in Minneapolis and Chicago, both critical hubs. Casey Standahar from NBC5 Chicago is at O'Hare.
Lines are still manageable for travelers getting to their Thanksgiving Day destinations. However, the strong winds and those falling temps overnight, the cause of that temporary ground stop. Now, though, there have been 1,000 cancellations here at Chicago O'Hare and roughly 35-minute delays.
In Atlanta overnight, scary moments when a passenger on a KLM flight preparing to leave for Amsterdam suddenly opened an emergency exit.
This is crazy. KLM went on the runway trying to get back to the gate. They have a slide deployed, taxiing.
The passenger, who police believe was experiencing a mental health episode, arrested. But nationwide, most airports reported clear skies. 90% of those traveling are going by car. From the Northeast,
the later in the day you go, the worse it gets.
To the blustery road conditions in the Pacific Northwest.
Everybody's always in a hurry to get somewhere on Thanksgiving.
Liz Kreutz is joining us from LAX. And Liz, it may be drier on Thanksgiving Day tomorrow, but for millions, a whole lot colder, too.
Yeah, that's right, Hallie. That snow in the upper Midwest is expected to wrap up. But as we head into Thanksgiving, the snow will continue for the Great Lakes area as blistery and chilly conditions make their way into the Northeast. Hallie?
Liz Kreutz, thank you. New fallout tonight in President Trump's push for peace in Ukraine after a leaked phone call emerged, reportedly of a Trump envoy seeming to coach a Russian rep. Keir Simmons is joining us now. And Keir, this is all happening as the president's backing off his Thanksgiving deadline for a deal.
Yeah, Hallie, President Trump says instead he's going to ask his envoys to meet with both Vladimir Putin and Ukrainian officials next week. And it comes as a transcript of an alleged WhatsApp call has been leaked, appearing to show President Trump's envoy Steve Witkoff coaching a Russian representative on how to win over his boss. The transcript, published by Bloomberg and not verified by NBC News, says Witkoff advised that Putin should tell Trump, "You respect that he is a man of peace," and suggesting they write a peace plan band together. Witkoff now facing a backlash, including from Republicans, but President Trump saying that's what a deal maker does, calling it a standard negotiation. Tonight, President Trump says he's still planning to send Witkoff to meet with Putin. Hallie?
Keir Simmons, thank you. Also tonight, a legal win for President Trump. After a Georgia judge ended the state's 2020 election interference case against the president, the prosecutor who took over the case decided to drop the charges after he took over for Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis, who was disqualified in court. Overseas to Hong Kong now, and a huge fire ripping through a high-rise. The deadliest fire there in decades, with dozens dead and hundreds missing. Here's Danielle Hamamchan.
Tonight, flames engulfing an entire housing complex in Hong Kong. The inferno raging for hours through multiple apartment buildings, leaving at least 44 dead. Hong Kong's leaders saying nearly 300 people are still unaccounted for. The smoke could be seen billowing from miles away as rescue workers rushed survivors to the hospital, many in critical condition. One resident saying he heard a loud noise at 2:45 p.m. and within 10 minutes, firefighters were on the scene as strong winds fanned the flames. I'm just taking things one step at a time, he says. Now I'm just thinking about where I'm going to sleep tonight. Hundreds were taken to temporary shelters as emergency workers struggle to locate the missing.
The temperature inside the buildings concerned are very high, so it's quite difficult for us to enter the building.
Tonight, the cause of the fire is unclear. Home to more than 4,800 residents, the towers were under renovation. Officials say they're now investigating whether bamboo scaffolding and unsafe materials on the outside of the building were a factor in spreading the fire, which is now the deadliest in Hong Kong in decades.
And late this evening, authorities in Hong Kong announcing they've arrested 3 people on suspicion of manslaughter in connection to that fire. Hallie?
Danielle Hamamchan, thank you. Back here at home, new video shows law enforcement officers in Texas chasing an NFL player in the hours leading up to his death. Aaron McLaughlin reports.
Tonight, it speeds as fast as 160 miles per hour. Shocking police footage shows the harrowing moments Texas law enforcement pursued Dallas Cowboy Marshawn Kneeland.
He got above 160 when I was chasing him.
The high-speed chase, captured across multiple police body and dashboard cameras, concludes 2 hours later when police say the defensive end was found dead from a self-inflicted gunshot wound.
We found our suspect.
It all began the evening of November 5th on a Dallas highway. You see Kneeland's black Dodge Charger zoom past a state trooper who notices the speed and begins the pursuit. Kneeland's car sideswipes at least one vehicle.
Hey, are you okay? He just hit me out of nowhere. Yes, ma'am. I don't know what's going on.
Then you see officers scramble to find him after he abandoned his car and took off on foot.
He just hit me and then he started running.
Video shows them searching, guns drawn inside a parking garage, even firing pepper balls.
Police with a pepper ball. Pepper ball, pepper ball, pepper ball.
Where'd they go? Where'd they go? Where'd they go?
The footage captures Kneeland's girlfriend, who was never charged, in handcuffs.
What are you doing?
After police pulled her over for driving a car linked to him.
Anything on you? We're trying to get her to call him and give up, but he's saying that he's going to hit the ball.
Before finally zeroing in on the portable restroom where they found his body. We still don't know why Kneeland had been driving so fast. Aaron McLaughlin, NBC News.
To a hopeful note now on this Thanksgiving Eve, our Molly Hunter speaking directly with Pope Leo as the first American Pope reflects on this very American holiday.
The first American Pope offered a wave to the small crowd below. Exiting the gates of his Castel Gandolfo villa, Pope Leo stopped to take our question.
Father Molly Hunter from NBC News. Of course, as an American, it's Thanksgiving this week.
Thanksgiving week?
It is. Do you have a Thanksgiving message? Is there something you're thankful for?
Many things I'm thankful for. I would encourage all people, especially with this beautiful feast that we have in the United States, which unites all people, people of different faiths, people who perhaps do not have the gift of faith, but to say thank you to someone, to recognize that we all have received so many gifts. First and foremost, the gift of life.
Tomorrow, the pontiff will spend the Thanksgiving holiday traveling, his first international trip since he was elected. Not to his adopted Peru or to his hometown of Chicago yet. But to two Muslim-majority countries, Turkey and Lebanon, both home to ancient Christian communities. A delicate choice, but tonight, his multi-faith message of unity is setting the tone. Molly Hunter, NBC News, Rome.
In 60 seconds, the manhunt for a suspect accused of stealing bottles of wine worth tens of thousands of dollars, and the dramatic high-speed chase caught on camera. Next. We're back with what may be one of the most highbrow heists and car chases ever, involving bottles of wine worth tens of thousands of dollars each and a high-speed pursuit in a Porsche. All of it captured on camera. George Solis uncorks this one for us.
No. Tonight, the search is on for a suspect on the run after this dramatic chase captured on camera. From the parking lot to the roadway. All of it unfolding in the wine cellar of L'Auberge Provençale Inn and Restaurant in Virginia last week. Owner Christian Burrell says this video shows the moment he escorted a woman in a coat and red scarf. And man, Burrell says, had a bushy gray toupee, was wearing thick glasses overcoat and dark pants. Burrell says around $40,000 worth of French Pinot Noir was stolen.
You steal something, especially of that value, it feels like you just came into my house and stole family portraits.
Burrell says he wasn't fooled.
Do you think they were just pulling randomly?
No, they definitely targeted those specific bottles from that producer. The fact that the decoy bottles that they left had fake labels of Romanée-Conti on it, that was their prize.
In this clip, the woman authorities have now identified as 56-year-old Natalie Ray from the UK is heard asking about the wine cellar.
Is it possible to show me around the wine cellar?
No. During the chase, Burrell says one staff member was able to stop the woman before she left in a getaway car. The rest of the staff and one patron also in hot pursuit of the suspect.
Hurry. What would prompt such an act on your behalf?
I am a loyal customer. Ironically, the very first meal I ever had in Virginia when my wife and I moved here from California was at that restaurant.
That's Ryan Dotson racing off with the bartender in his Porsche, the dash cam capturing the moment the car crashed. So far, 2 stolen bottles have been recovered, and the sheriff's office says Ray is being held without bond as the pursuit continues. George Solis, NBC News.
We are back in a moment with the amazing rescue caught on camera after this car crashed into a rising flood, and the freak accident on the set of Guy Fieri's TV show that sent him to emergency surgery. Back now with a catastrophic flood emergency overseas in Thailand. Look at this. People there waving for help from rooftops as the water rises. You see it. Dozens of people have been killed, thousands evacuated. Officials in one city said they haven't had this much rain in a single day in 300 years. Also tonight, TV chef Guy Fieri says he's now in a wheelchair after his leg, in his words, exploded after he fell down some stairs on the set of his Food Network show Flavor Town Food Fight. He says he tore his right quad in half, prompting emergency surgery, and that he has to be off his feet for about 8 weeks. And take a look at this dramatic video of a rescue in DeSoto County, Mississippi. You can see the captain from the sheriff's department there helping 2 women caught in dangerous flooding. The good news here, it looks like both of them made it out just fine. When we come back, tomorrow, the parade of the giant balloons. But today, the new tradition, these smaller scale versions across the country. Stay with us. There they are. You are looking at just some of the giant balloons getting pumped up ahead of tomorrow's Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, a big tradition that has inspired variations across the country. They may be smaller in size, but not in spirit. Here's Sam Brock.
Look at how cool. On small streets around America.
Hi, guys!
Big things are happening. With students staging their own Macy's Thanksgiving Day parades.
Good job, everybody!
At St. Kevin Catholic Academy in Queens, New York, plenty of prep work.
You can feel the air putting you up.
5th grade teacher Amanda Hutt helping kids visualize the balloon experience.
So first, I'm going to be getting inflated. I felt very heavy with all the helium inside of me.
We're live from Oakdale Elementary, Times Square. It's a little chilly here.
In Madison, Mississippi, and Daniel Stone and Kenya Clark are doing their best, Savannah and Hoda.
Cozy PJs, we see you right here.
With Macy's even commenting, reporting live from the cutest Macy's parade ever.
makes you feel so rewarding when you get to see them have so much fun.
Knowing that they can create pretty much anything.
From Washington State to Florida, classrooms putting their own touch on a timeless celebration.
Do you get a sense of pride from the kids and from their families?
Oh, of course. They can't wait to talk to us about what they're building, how long it's taking them. Wait till you see what I bring in.
Those balloons proving it's not the scale of the Snoopy floats, but the spirit of the holidays being gobbled up at schools near and far.
The SKCA Parade!
Sam Brock, NBC News, New York.
Such a fun tradition for them and for us, of course, because you can watch live coverage of The Real Deal, the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, starting at 8:30 Eastern here on NBC. That is Nightly News for this Wednesday. I'm Hallie Jackson. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great Thanksgiving.
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.